Uh, so I can talk about money a little bit more. Uh, Originally, and you should still follow this. 50s and hundreds only when you come, and make sure they're clean. There's no writing on them. There's no stains, folded corners, tears, creases, anything like that. The flatter they are, the more pristine they are. The more percentage or less fees you'll pay, and more money you'll get for that dollar. Um, I was told that it's because if they're in better shape, they will last longer. They have more life left in them, and since they're down here and they don't send them back, that's the reason. A Paraguayan told me that. Uh, so that's what it sounds like. I was told you can't spend one, fives, tens, and twenties. I can tell you I have spent them. They work in the form of tip, um, one-to-one transactions. I give them out when I don't. It's hard for me to communicate, so I can't go into the cash place and say, "Hey, can I get some 20,000s for some 100,000s, some fives, some tens, this many of that, that many of this." It's just too complicated. Haven't tried it. There's usually a line at the money stores, so I don't do that. So I count on the person I'm tipping to do that, or them to exchange it for someone else that tips it. So it does work. I would recommend bringing some fives uh, for tips and emergencies when you're like, man, the only thing I got's 100. I don't know how to ask for change and so on. So, would still try to keep them as clean as you can, though. It's more useful to the people. I've been told, there have been signs up that says no dollars. You can't spend dollars at that store. I have seen local currency is preferred signs. I have been, I've I haven't found a place yet that won't take a credit card as long as they take credit cards. Debit cards, credit cards will all work everywhere in the city in the Villamora area that I have been to. Um, a lot of places prefer the local currency though. So you got to kind of have a mix and be prepared for just about anything on the finance side. Um, Restaurants, if you go to eat at a restaurant, when you go to get your bill, make sure that you ask for la cuenta, the check, please, por favor. Um, that will get you your check because they will not bring it to you no matter how long you sit there. It's considered rude in the country. So make sure you ask. You may have to chase someone down. Uh, Taking a look at my notes here. Safety, just a update on everything. So far, personally, I haven't felt unsafe anywhere. There's been some stuff that has definitely been some more village than others. If you leave the city and we went out to Caacupe, and it's definitely country living out there. So that was over and gone in 5 minutes. I realized it's just a different place and different people doing different things. It's all pretty much normal. A lot of motorcycles out there. Lots of motorcycles. You may even see a donkey going by every now or a mule. Um, Translation of the dollars. Make sure you know your currency ratios. Right now, it's 7,850, I believe, to one. Um, so that will change. Keep an eye on that. And how much do you get though? If I was you, I have an Airbnb and I'm in a tall tower, so that's reasonably safe. I have security downstairs and so on, a front desk and all that stuff. So I feel comfortable leaving the money in bulk in the apartment, still hidden. Uh, and then we cash out. We got $100 when we got here at the airport. They check the bills the closest, but I would definitely recommend before you even leave the airport to pull 100 out in Guarani. It's right there. It's a small airport here. So this is probably true in a lot of places. Um, the next time we were at the mall, I pulled 200 out because the 100 didn't last very long. When we first got here, we were going everywhere and we didn't know what to tip and who. So uh, we burned through the 200 in, I think that took about 3 or 4 days, but we did a lot of stuff. We ate out everywhere. We paid for our drivers' meals. We met the Life in Paraguay. YouTuber, which was really awesome. Hi, Adam. Um, yeah, we had good talks. Smart guy, knows a lot about Paraguay, knows a lot of the pitfalls. So pay attention to him. Give him a like and subscribe, and like and subscribe here too, please. And hey, if you guys are out there and you got questions, please put in the comments. I read them if they're there. There aren't a lot of them, and I will answer or go find the answer if I can to answer all your questions. Whatever this is, the whole video is one to let everybody see what we're doing, and two to help people that may be thinking of doing something similar. We're going to have a video coming up at the end of this one as soon as I'm done talking. If I can ever figure out this software, we are on software package number 3, I think it is. So I keep learning a new one. It doesn't work, doesn't do what I want to do. I try another one, I try another one. And I'm learning YouTube and all its functionalities, and I'm on vacation, and I'm also on a new laptop. So let's just say it isn't going smoothly. We're going to have our footage from driving around from Villamora to Caacupe, and some random stuff that we did the other day, just some street footage so that you can see it. There's lots of driving and walking videos on YouTube if you guys really want to see Asuncion. Most people, for whatever reason, I'm going to say the majority, 60%, 70% maybe, do the old Asuncion, the old capital area, which is cool. But I think that most expats in this situation are going to be more interested in the new area. And I really hope I have San Lorenzo have time to get down there and get a little looking around to do, because it seemed like a reasonably small town that still had a lot of services, because it's the first main town as far as I could tell outside of Villamora area and so on. So that's what's coming up in the video. We also got a spa finally. We got a quick footage of that. And you guys know that Radio Shack is still alive? It still exists, and it's in Paraguay. Who knows? It may be in other places too, but we were both shocked that we saw that today. So stay tuned. I'm going to try and slap this in. I want to say this is my 10th time at this video. So we'll see if this one plays out. See you on the next one. So just filming a random spot here. Give you guys some more drive time. It's pretty bumpy, so I've got to hold the camera while we're recording. And we are here with Richard, our driver. Hello. Alola. Alola. What the hell am I saying? What do I know? I am a gringo. So do you know where we are?
We are right now in the city of Altos, I think we're entering.
City of Altos, or somewhere around that area, if anybody was wondering.
We are on our way to Caacupe.
We're on our way to Caacupe, and we might get to see San Bernardino if we have time. Both of those are places we are interested in living. I've been told, there's a trade-off. So Caacupe is a little bit more rural than San Bernardino. San Bernardino has more, we'll call it a strip, restaurants, but also because it's right next to the lake, you have more mosquitoes, and it gets very loud down there. Concerts and events, and in the summer, lots of partying going on down there. So if you're looking for quiet spaces like we are, and putting a garden in and that kind of stuff, Caacupe seems now to make more sense than San Bernardino, even though we found the best houses looking from home in San Bernardino by a long shot. Everything we looked at down there was beautiful. Pretty good, and we figured we could get a house between 120 and 200,000. So, and that's a full pimp Mac Daddy. There's obviously cheaper options, but we wouldn't know until we got here and went through some to actually make that call for a pre-built or an older home. My concern is potential for mold, and no way to know the construction techniques down here and how it's built, so I might not know how to wire if it's 220 or 223 phase. that could be a bad mistake. So wiring would be my biggest challenge next to plumbing. Plumbing, I am not a plumber. That's my worst trade that I have in skill sets. So, and they do things differently down here. The hot water tanks are usually, a lot of times anyway, in the bathroom and over the appliances or the fixtures. They don't have a central water tank most of the time in the older homes that I've seen. And sometimes they don't have hot water at all. As I mentioned in a previous video, when you go to get a hotel and hot water is your thing, make sure it says that. And on that note, our apartment complex that we rented said it had hot water. I would call it lukewarm water. The other house we rented in the 5-star, it said it had hot water, but the shower had no hot water. But the sink had hot water so hot it would cook your skin off. So I'm not sure, it might be there and you still might not have it. So there's a lot of questions I would ask if you were that worried about it. And yeah, so here's the drive. I'm just going to shut up now and let you enjoy the view and take in the drive. Oh, look at there. So those are the dirt roads that you will encounter off of any main highway. It seems like your speed, even though it's a main artery, does not exceed 25 miles an hour, whether that be from traffic like we have in front of us now, or the speed bumps that seem to be like every 100 feet. You can't go faster. So I would be a full believer down here in the moped or the motorcycle as a means of transportation, even though it scares the shit out of me to drive at home on one, which is why I sold mine and gave it up. But down here I might change my mind. For in town, we were thinking bicycle. That seems to be in Asuncion, your short trips all the time, and then you can always get the Uber if you have something longer. But bicycle seems to be a good way to stay in shape and an easy way to transport quickly. We literally were not more than like 6 blocks from anything that we ever did. Look at there, got some duckies. Give you a little side action here. I wish I had the 360 panoramic view. Oh look, a side street with pavement. It does exist. There's one of the local buses you can take for what, about $1?
Yeah, 50 cents.
50 cents? A 50-cent bus ride, people. Why Paraguay? 50-cent bus rides. and I'm now told, don't buy the cheap gas. Only use those to start your fires in the fire pit. Premium only. Just trust me on this one. I have inside intel. Local knowledge, we'll call it. It doesn't matter, guys, where you go. It's construction, construction, construction. This place is growing like a weed. A well-fertilized, well-sunned, and well-watered weed. Oh, I know I'm going to hear about this if I don't show you. So yes, Mama is officially in the video now.
Okay, great.
She's here. We haven't lost her yet.
We are at the Basilica. Big church from 1776, I was told. We're just gonna go with old. Really old. This is the center of the religious center of Paraguay. And the surrounding areas outside. We are in Caacupe. Big events happen here, folks. This whole place is just stuffed like a rock concert when it's time. We just bought a mate cup right there. Giant stained glass windows, guys. I'm gonna say those are 12 feet. All the way up there, look at that. Wow. Look at that. Look at that, guys. I don't even know how big that is. But it is big. I'm gonna say 50 foot across, 30 feet high. That is a monster right there. All right, guys, this is the top of the Basilica. It's a long ways down. And I am sucking ass at 100 degrees climbing stairs. So this is the town of Caacupe. Caacupe.
So is that a,
I'm told I always pronounce it wrong.
is that a clinic over there?
Is that a what?
A clinic, like a medical place?
We just finished our meetup with Adam and his wife from Life in Paraguay's channel on YouTube. And now we are checking out the town that he's always talking about. And I can see what he means compared to other parts of Asuncion and Greater Paraguay. The hills. We're always looking for hills and non-farmland so that we don't have to deal with pesticides if we plan to live here. That is the main street down there that we came in on. Take you around to the other side. Look at that, Madeline. You get two in 2 days. One every day from the rooftop. We are probably only 10 stories at this point. All right, around to the front. I have seen drone footage of this place where that courtyard right there looks like a rock concert's going on. Like, I'm not even kidding. Crazy crowds. Couldn't even get all the people in the shot in the drone. It went on for as far as the eye could see. So you were in the capital before, and now you're in what a town would look like. This isn't quite completely rural, but it's pretty close. Out there in the trees, out there on the hill, that's rural. It's not far. So Richard, our driver, Found us this little honey hole of a place here that is just outside of Caacupe. And you get to take guys like that hiding right there at the hill, the horsies, go for rides out into the area and see if I can get you can see it's all of this here that you see the tower up there for viewing. If you look way out there, I'll zoom in a little here for you. Big tower up there. And over here, they're growing lots of vegetables and fruits here. There's agriculture over there. We've got a covered area here. All the tables. I'm not sure if that is a restaurant or just for people to gather and have food. And then off in the distance, see if I can get you there. We could see it a minute ago. I don't know where it went. Ah, there it is. Almost coming into view. So if you look, I'll get there in just a second and then zoom in for you. I'm thinking like the house should be right about here, and that should be my view, is what I'm thinking. All right, that is San Bernardino, the lake. It's Waipakira, I believe. I doubt that I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let me steady this up a little here for you. Giant lake, that's not even half. I'm going to say that's barely a third of the lake. It's huge. It is generally polluted. There's a few times in the year where it's clean enough to get in. But unfortunately, the pollutants and the stagnation of the water because of the flow does not make that a safe place to be. They do have beaches over there. They have boats you can rent and stuff, so you can still drive on it and stuff, but it's not somewhere you're going to want to go swimming. Look at this house down here. Let me see if I can see that. Ah, big ass hacienda down there. Look at that. Somebody had the right idea, except that they're in the low spot. All right, back out. But how's that for a view, guys? The sunsets, sunrises, wall to wall. Go for horseback rides up here. Oh my God, that looks like a zip line. I'm pretty sure that's a zip line, folks. Is that a zip line I see? Yes, it's been confirmed. Zip line is here. We'll send Mama flying for a test. You'll probably hear the screams back in the States. So there's all this area is open for horseback riding if you want to come riding. It was 30,000 Guarani to get in, and that is approximately $4? $4. $4.
We also have like picnics here. People bring stuff to do a barbecue, and like this is beautiful because you're gonna sit here and eat and watch the sunset. Right?
Unfortunately, the sun is up there. So we've got a bit of time, so we're probably not going to get that for you today.